It's gone. Let's check this out over here. Fuck it. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Fuck it, we ball. Maybe that can come up a little tiny bit. I want like YouTube chat to be right here. How do I do that? I want to be able to see it. And can I? Is there a way for me to like add stream marker? Oh, rip. No, I did it wrong. This. Oh, it's a window now. Okay, okay. Oh no. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't want to do that. Honestly, don't know how to do that. Okay. Who's in here already? People in here? Are there people watching? You know what I'm saying? 6 viewers on YouTube. YouTube. Alright, we gotta find some games. Let's see what we're gonna watch. What we gonna watch? What we gonna watch? Alright, we had cool group stage matches. Maybe watch LG Godlike. That's a little OD. It's a little OD already, but maybe we can watch that. Yeah, we'll be normie. We'll watch some of this. Maybe grand finals. Definitely want to watch this. Let's see, are there any other good games? I don't know who wants to watch what. Look at these matches. Any Kagenja? Kagenja wasn't really interesting too much. They did beat Godlike. Powerhouse Tribe. Oh, I'm good, Adine. Thanks for asking, man. This one was off stream? Was it off stream or on? I don't even remember. King's exclusive, maybe a watch. Maybe King's exclusive is a watch. Mayhem Tribe, that's a watch. Dang, a lot of stuff to watch. Okay, so I'm gonna write King's exclusive, King's XL, LG Godlike, Tribe Mayhem. What else do I want to watch? Q9 Wolves at some point. Let's see. Powerhouse Tribe. Definitely want to watch that one. Inco, I mean, the reason I don't really want to watch Inco is because, I mean, maybe Inco Mayhem, actually. That one was good. Inco Mayhem. It's just because they were, I don't know, the team's a little weird. Volt. Volt LG. Volt did win a hardpoint. When playoffs. What was playoffs? Playoffs was pretty. Alright, let's just go from there. Okay, we'll keep that there paused. Besides hardpoint, Volt got, Volt's not really good. Wolves Kings, we could watch Wolves Kings. Actually, we probably could watch Wolves Kings. Wolves Kings is good too. Wolves Kings. All we'll talk about is Marvel hard carrying every map. That's it. Oh, Inco? Yeah, Inco being first team eliminated is crazy, bro. That definitely was electric, can't lie. Inco LG, boring. Wolves Kings. Okay. We start. We ball. Alright. So we'll probably not watch everything. We're gonna skip the search because that was terrible. That King's 2-0, right? They got 2-0. They got 2-0. So yeah, the search was a little goofy, but we can watch some of this. I actually genuinely am interested to see the summit because I was doing production the whole time and didn't actually get to. What's going on? I didn't. Oh, thanks for follows, guys. I didn't actually get to watch the games themselves. I was doing production, so I didn't actually get to sit down and like intimately watch these games. Okay, I want to go back to the draft because I thought that the draft was really bad for Kings. I would have to know who is 1 and 2, but basically this is more or less how I think of draft. I have a spreadsheet, so I'm gonna show it to you just for example, like a draft template. And this is basically how it goes. So in the case that you're team 1, Let me just... I was just doing like mocks completely for drafts. Yeah, so these are just like mocks that I was kind of drawing on a little bit when I was looking at certain matchups. But like taking aside the name of the actual team that you're drafting against or whatever, and just looking at it for a mock. Basically, for team one, so we would say our team one. This is my little draft format. Everything here, I guess we would look at the template draft. Everything in your template draft, like no matter what, your draft is in here somewhere. So basically, it's very intimidating to look at all of the map sets when you're playing, especially against a team that's very, very deep, like Wolves, and can play a whole variety of stuff. And say like, oh shit, especially in a best of three, you're gonna get chalked out. But the thing about best of three format is that it's really, really simple to kind of pick and choose where games are gonna go. So that's the like crux of it. Assuming that Kings was team one, they would have to ask themselves what their really strong maps are. And honestly, I think that it's way better when you're in the World Championship and you're playing in the group stage to play to whatever it is your strengths are and not necessarily what the weaknesses of the other teams are. Regardless of the fact that Hacienda is a very good map for Wolves, I think this was probably something that they should have looked for in draft. So I'm not sure who banned Hacienda, but I'm 99% sure it wasn't Wolves, because Wolves wants this map. So if this was King's ban Hacienda against Wolves, this is very, very surprising, because to my mind, Hacienda's probably, from where I left off at least with them, their top hardpoint. I'm assuming then Kings, or not Kings, Wolves banned Apocalypse, which wouldn't make sense to me either. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So honestly, I think both hardpoint bans are actually a little troll. Assuming this is Kings and this is Wolves, I think this is actually troll for both ends. What's this? Okay, second hardpoint ban. There's a second hardpoint ban? Oh, that's right, it's best of three format. Oh, so we're just... okay, we're changing a little bit. Where is it? I would actually be very interested to see who this is. Maybe Marvel, are you in the chat? Who bans Hasi? We don't actually get to see who is vetoing what. We just actually see the thing. We ban Hasi and APOC. So the reason I think APOC ban is bad is because no matter what, when you're going to the World Championship, I think that APOC is the only map in hardpoint that you can bully for side. Not all of these maps are nearly as one-sided as like early blue side on APOC. So you would leave this open, quite honestly. You'd be happy to play this in a best of three format where you're not the team picking it. If ever Wolves was to pick Apocalypse, then you just get your blue side, and you know, if you're going to the World Championship and you're a champion team, I think everybody knows more or less what the goals are for P1, P2 APOC, and you should start the game with like an 80 to 100 point lead. So I don't like APOC ban. So this is Kings and this is Wolves. I like the Arsenal ban from Wolves. Wolves Arsenal ban is good. Hacienda ban, questionable, because they've taken away two of the what I think are the better maps for Kings, and Kings took one of them off the border immediately. APOC ban again on the second set is also troll, because you want to bully this. You want this to be a ban here so that you get your pick for whatever. So instead of the summit being whatever the map was, you put that into the hands of Wolves and you say, do I want to play the APOC on the bad side, or do I end up wanting to play whatever the other map would be? I think APOC was an unnecessary ban. So you would have them choosing between Takeoff and Summit, and quite honestly, Wolves played Takeoff quite a bit earlier in the tournament. So this was strange. Summit, the only reason I think this gets picked by Kings, I'm assuming this is a Kings pick since they have the first ban, is because of the roster change thing there with Saze and Inferno not being able to play. If Inferno was here, this map never gets picked. Then we're looking to play Hacienda, Arsenal, or Takeoff. But 4 subs, fast play style, boom, 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 Summit. Makes sense, but strange. Wolves is very, very, very good on Summit. Okay, I'm 99% sure that Slums is the S&D ban for Wolves. They hate playing Slums. The only team that I think they've beaten on Slums in China was like KZ, but they lost it against everybody else. Slums, they banned it pretty much the entire tournament, so we never got to see Wolves on Slums. They weren't very good at it last year either. They lost to LG on that map too, so that's good. I really like the Tunisia ban. Tunisia is definitely Wolves' like top 2 map. This one and say like Express, these are the 2 most common maps for Wolves. Surprising that they let it through. This is a big blunder. I think this probably gets banned second rotation as well. I would never want to play Wolves on Tunisia or Express. Tunisia ban's good though. Firing range, very interesting, but I think this is Marvel history. When they go back and they're looking at like dominance, they're thinking snipers and they're thinking Marvel here. So if this is a Wolves ban, that's a firing range respect ban there for Marvel. And then Meltdown, I'm assuming they just don't play Meltdown, so this is why they would ban it instead of the Express. I know that Kings had a couple things in the bag from when I was there on Express, but between the 2, for sure, Express is the one Wolves wants more than the other one. Express is a top 2 S&D map. So definitely some drafting stuff that's a little innocuous, but it's a best of 3. Wolves is going to get a map that they want. And you're probably not going to win the S&D anyway against Wolves, so is it really nitpicky? Maybe. But, yeah. Crossroad, again, the only team that consistently... nobody consistently beat Wolves on Crossroad. I would actually probably go as far as to say that this is their best control. Very surprising. Raid ban. I don't know whose ban this is, but I'm assuming that this is King's ban, because Wolves would probably never ban standoff. They want standoff. They're really good at it. O and D. And this is their number 1 control. So overall, I think Wolves got exactly what they wanted. They got a top 2 S&D. They got a super, super aggro map for them. This is exactly the kind of map that they want to play, especially start of the tournament, get their team flowing. And they got their best control. When I saw this draft, it actually hurt my fucking soul. I saw that shit and I was like, golly. They banned Raid. Yeah, they banned Raid. They would never ban standoff. So, okay, Kings banned standoff to take that off because they probably had offense on it, and they left open their second best map, or their best control. So, all in all, Kings gets maybe maps that they want, but Wolves also gets turbo maps. The only map we're going to watch is the Summit. Alright. Kings was pretty good when I was there on P1. Big problem that they had in my own watching was after P2, well, really getting to the green side for the front end of the P2, and then getting to the back early and holding the first wave on P3. So we can probably skip through P1 because it'll probably be fairly contested. I don't actually remember how these games went. But nice opener. Kings gets in. Really nice. That was good kills so far. Yeah, Kings never had a big problem with getting in here. They do a pretty good job of that. I also remember talking to a couple people and they were talking about how the meta was that what was this tax shit for everybody because the white noise was so loud. It's not like you could hear footsteps anyway. It's a nice little tournament adaptation there for Kings to keep up with the meta. But yeah, not surprising. Kings on P1 with all these subs, really, really good. Who was playing the second AR? Spy? Yeah, okay. I guess so, because Says, Grizz, and I mean, these guys are subs for sure. The Says thing was probably really weird, because Spy on a sub is... That's definitely a big change for sure. But so far so good. And then we get to like really the entry point of what the big problem is with Kings. When you are on the bad side and you still have plenty of time on your P1, like what are we doing in this time plus the intermission? Because there's this 8 seconds before the P2 starts to tick. We have to operate in this time plus 8 So really 38 seconds. We have to try to do something on the map to get to the other side. We don't want this spawn come the start of P2. So I'd be looking at really the first few spawns that are out here and looking at the clock saying we don't want to be on this side. So really this guy, Grizz, and really both of them, we've got to do something on the outside here to try to see if we can flip the spawn. It can't be so much P1 because we're still in a bad spot. Like even 4 has a nice spawn here to kind of run through. We have to try to flip this. Gotta do something to try to get on the outside. We'll take scrap time. Here, Grizz, maybe kill and run through because we really want the green spawn. Not running through green gives 2 another spawn there. So if Grizz kills and runs through, 2 spawns maybe here, and one of his new teammates spawns with him. So a little spawn issue there. Even another kill. So Grizz gets another one. He kills the rebound guy, but we're still not doing anything to push through the spawn. So all of these kills, they're great. They're great and all, but we're still spawning super cross map. Rotating is probably going to be a little tough. Grizz gets a third one. See, Grizz is fine, but look at the kills. We don't run through green at all, so you know, 1, 2, we get all these kills that they spawn green again. It's like you never killed them, and they get kills on us, and we're spawning cross map in the boonies. So this is definitely comm work, probably just awareness comm work. Now it's done. We're gonna get fucking super god blessed by Spy, and even this life here is probably a flip because again we want the green spawn. Wolves snowballs really well. Good look from Spy. And all really that has to happen is that this kind of has to not slow down, but it can definitely be patient because we want the kills to not spawn here. So if we're just a little slower, we're mindful of the lives while Spy can kind of get back here. Once he's in the green, all of the new kills that we get are going to spawn out. So Spy's got to kind of get here comfortably, and we have to make sure we don't lose lives too early. Spy being here is really good. That blocks this spawn, so one doesn't spawn there, he spawns out. And now it's possible for our 2 deaths to either spawn in green or maybe like snow or something. We're going to get a better spawn no matter what. So snow, you get the split, which is actually really good now. So you've got 2 green. This split's really great. The split can come mid and can kind of cut this off. So they're going to funnel to the hill, but green can go and kind of reinforce. And if they cut through mid, say they cut through mid and they try to go like con to pinch, 2 picks it up. Or say they go like snow or whatever, 2 again is in the middle of the map. Maybe 2 can kind of turn and pick that up too. So this is really good. And they get lucky, but I can just see it here that Marvel's really the only person that's ever super conscious, and this is a problem for us back when we were there too, is Marvel was like fighting for his life trying to do this backside shit, but we wouldn't get kills and then come back to it. We have to come back and block the spawn. So like 4. And like he can't, he just gets unlucky. We get lucky with the snow, so we can go back to it again. There goes Marvel. Marvel's doing his job. And you know, you're playing with a lead. There's 20-some seconds. We really need to flip. It's not so much about this time anymore, because this time, like, quick math here. Let's just say this is 25 and we take 25 roughly. They'll be at 50 if they get every single second left of this. Are they gonna get every single second? No, they're not. It'll contest, or maybe we'll get a little bit of time. But look at where we are right now on the scoreboard. We're at 37. Even if they get this 50, say they got every single second and they ended up at 50, and we didn't gain another point, we'd still only be down like 15 points, but we'd have this whole set up in the back here with a full 60. That's really, really hard to break. So then when we go back and we add that time, and we go 60 here, assuming we 60, I mean, again, you're playing the best teams in the world, so maybe you don't get exactly 60, but let's say we get the vast majority of it. Wolves is roughly 50 points, and we're roughly entering triple digits. So, like, this is really good for us. So it's very, very valuable for us to make sure one of these spawns is coming back, and we're putting consciousness on getting this green spawn. So Grizz, a nice little wrap back. We get the spawn. We're a little lucky on that one because the subs did route mid. And then we rotate. This was the big problem with Kings, because we would get this before all the time. And then we'd just get fucking slammed first wave, or they'd get through green or whatever. We had this problem against Animus a lot. Animus would like super pile drive green. They'd break the back, and then we'd spawn out, and we would never have control of the hill. So Marvel picks up the he picks up like the early slam, which is really great. That's a nice 2-piece, and he backs up. That's good. Okay. And the over, we got 2 and we went back to it. We got 2. We should probably just leave now and live the 7 seconds. Because if you die and they take it, remember for 7 seconds. For 7 seconds, we're still in P1 spawns, right? It's 7 seconds. There's a green spawn, there's out here, and then there's snow. So if you die now, and they take green, you're gonna spawn out. You're spawning out. So great 2-piece, but Marvel should probably just say, okay, 5 seconds, it's fine, and not go for another one. Now the anchor is completely gone. He's gonna spawn out because they're blocking the bottom snow and the green. The anchor's gone, and because they're running subs, and they're running really aggro subs, just, I think that they're more so thinking about the hill and like the next wave of kills than they are thinking about this back spawn. Which is really hard, because if Marvel had Inferno, he gets another guy here that's conscious. But if Marvel's not there, 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna have that spawn. Little mess here in the back. Gunfights though, yeah. Good gunfights. I was really hopeful at this point watching this, because Wolves fries, man. Kings is keeping up. First Fury. GG, Fierce Fury. And it's always like that. It's always like not quite ever super clean. You hold on a little bit, one wave, it breaks. Maybe like a scrappy wave, it breaks, and then they get a chunk of time. Kings should be happy again here. You just quick maths. I'm not happy, but you're just like, okay, I've got 67. If they get 22 seconds, if we quick math, this will be 9. They'll be at 89 points. So we're roughly in reverse, okay? 90 to let's say 50. Let's just say 50. It's okay. You give your last wave, and you make sure you don't feed too many operators. You make sure you don't feed any score streaks that they can use on the rotation. And then you just go and you lock down your back. So this is definitely probably the last try. Nothing more should go here. We need to be very careful that we don't spawn behind everything. Marvel gets a nice spawn. Yeah, and then chill. I really like 2 in this spot. But I would like it if it was below, because we want to funnel one of the directions. Ultimately, what's going to happen here is that when it switches to this spawn, you're going to have this back spawn, you're going to have this snow spawn, you're going to have this top. So if you're controlling 2 of them and you're pushing all the traffic into one of them, it gets a lot easier for you to hold when you're in your wave, because you're looking in one direction more or less. So 2 is in a really nice spot early to kind of cut the traffic down, so that when this gets to that 0 and the 3 spawn opens up, or rather the 4 spawn opens up, we're going to funnel that traffic into the snow, and then we can pick that up in a 1 lane. 2 has to live though. He can't He can't die too early. And it's great, actually, because Seize is bottom. So if Seize is top, he's taking an active gunfight. And remember, your mid is coming, so you're coming up the stairs. They're coming from this side as well. Maybe you're getting jumped up from the back. Like, there's a lot of ways for you to die in the top area. But being in the bottom kind of gives you a more condensed area so he can make a play. Whoa. And the monster shit pops up, but I'm assuming Marvel just spawned in the back. Since they're blocking the two. Yeah, Marvel just spawns in the back, so it doesn't end up being a big problem. And like, this is the problem with this hill and breaking it. Is that Wolves knows that breaking this from one direction is going to be very, very difficult. Because you're going to have a lot of attention in that one area, and these are all very kind of condensed spots, right? Head glitch, like strong positions you can hold. But Wolves will patiently play off of where their first blood is, while they're also blacking the back. So all Wolves has to do is get a couple entry kills and walk through, and we're getting away from this spawn. No matter what, Kings is going to spawn out if Wolves gets the first blood. So Operators is definitely... There goes the first blood. And that's what Wolves is looking for. They're looking for the first blood. That's why they invest a pred. Because they're blocking both of these spawns, but they're also getting up into a spot where they're kind of contesting this back spawn a little bit. So when they get the first blood, it's go, 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 go. Now, Kings is playing chess here too, because they're also pulling out their Operator, which is great. You have to respond with Operator here too. And then what now has to happen is 2 needs to clear out the snow. And if 2 can clear out the snow and we still kind of win up top, we know all of the traffic is going to come from here. And then we can just go fight that next wave again. So what 2 does is going to be really important. 2 needs to now sit snow. We've killed the wave. The Operators were actually really, really well played. 2 sitting on snow, and he's pushed the spawns up. So now we still have Operators in pocket. We have to sit snow and block it so that Wolves fully spawns in one direction, and we can just funnel that one direction. If 2 comes up, then what's going to happen is both of these spawns are going to open up, and you're going to give Wolves the opportunity to pinch this hill. So that's not going to be good. That's very heads up from Seize. Very good from Seize. He pushes the traffic up, and look at the really nice like hold here. Really nice one direction funnel. Like, Kings is not bad. And this is really good. Now you're just kind of scrapping with them. You're throwing punches. They're throwing punches. You got your 60 back. And this is why it's okay. It's okay if you lose a little bit of time on P3. You just make sure you handshake it and you get it back on the next one. King's doing a really, really good job. Now imagine if Marvel gets this 2-piece and backs up a little bit. And we don't kind of have this mess in the back here that leads to eventually that spawn breaking. I think Kings could have definitely chained a little bit better on 3 and 4 if that early start was good. Obviously they weren't able to because it was messy, but it's just that one little kill there. But they get it back on P4. It's good. And look, it's pretty much tie game. We go back to P1 and Grizz is trying. Grizz is doing good. And like, yeah, you're losing the game a little bit, but like, it's tie game. And you go back into a P1. So what is Kings really, really good at? Kings, for the most part, is pretty good at P1. Albeit maybe some top control, but Wolves is pretty good. I'm sorry, Kings is pretty good on P1. Usually they're pretty decent on P2 if they can kind of get their green side. And then the challenge starts again, like for every team. Can we hold the first wave through green so that we can keep it clean in the front? From 1 to 2, though, it should be probably pretty close. It'll probably be dead even again at the end of P2, I'm assuming. And look, just the fact that Kings is able to get into P1 and has the opportunity to have a gunfight is really, really good. Whoa, what the fuck? Did Kings just get cheese spawned on the bottom? Kings had 2 players spawn bottom. That's funny. And it's early enough that you're kind of like, alright, we can go to the hill. But eventually, again, you're gonna have to start thinking, once we're in that like 30-second-ish range and we're still over here, we need to be running some kind of wrap spawn for green. Something. Because we don't want to give wolves this side for free where they can use the stairs head glitch and just mop us down, or we can take this snow and kind of try to take this. And also the green for the P2 rotation is going to be tough. Not good. Anytime we get this like cheese where we steal the green spawn, like we didn't do shit to earn it, but we just got it, we got to hold that just a little bit, long enough for your teammate to spawn in. And that's maybe another little tiny key, like spawn discipline thing. You see this all the time. Look at this shit. So 3 is like gung-ho back. But the thing is, like, we really want this spawn. This spawn's good. So we can slow this down just a little bit. This doesn't have to go to the hill immediately. This can just chill just a second, so that when these guys, you know, they eventually kill and die, we get the green spawn, and then we can kind of expand that however it is that we want, but from the other side. So raid coming through and then not backing up just to check that green again. We're still pushing. We're pushing further. It's like we're kicking the ball down the road. The ball is the problem. Like, what's the problem? The problem is green. It might not feel like a problem now because we're dead even 50 seconds in P1, but this green is going to be a problem on P2, and it's going to be a problem on P3 as well. So we have to try to get this ball rolling on our side and not the other side. And we're still kind of, both teams are kind of just running away from it. One backs it up again. And we're doing absolutely nothing to stop wolves from just having spawns for P2. This travel across the map is very difficult, this travel. Wolves isn't really doing anything to... They're just finding themselves in a good position because King's players are not acknowledging that this is valuable later on. And it's still dead even. So considering that all of that's gone wrong still multiple times, and it's still dead even, is impressive for Kings. And so now here's we use the ball analogy and like kicking it down the road to deal with the problem later. Was like green didn't feel like a problem before, right? But now it's a problem when you're spawning forklift and you look at the hill and you're like, oh shit, there's 7 seconds. We're about to go to P2. We don't have green spawns. Like, now is when you see this ball's a big problem, but it was a big problem all along. It was a big problem all along. So you had to respect this a little bit more. Wolves got maybe like, we can go back and count it, but let's just say generously that they got anywhere from 10 to 15 extra green spawns for no reason. Literally just because we didn't do anything. It takes us 1 life, it takes us 1 sub spawn to disrupt that just a little bit. Even if we just disrupt it and we die, like the attempt at disrupting it is going to net you less wolves spawns on green that just rotate next. Instead of spawning green 15 times, maybe they spawn green 8 times. Maybe we spawn green the difference, and who knows how different the rotation could be. This is a difficult rotation. So you have this problem again where you're spawning here and you're like, just like on P1 where you wanted to flip for green, well, you're also now fighting on the bad side, and then it gets worse because you're going to go P2 to P3, and this whole backside of the map is going to be really good for the initial time on P3. So you're green and the flip is actually, the ball keeps pushing. It keeps rolling really, really negatively because not only is this really hard to do when you're breaking from this side, but you also are going to get turbo fucked on P3 because you don't have spawns. All of this was manageable several sub-lives ago. Just the attempt. Just the attempt goes a long way. And Kings is going to get bailed out. We're going to get backside spawns, super bailout. And it's the same thing. It's like, okay, you got bailed out. Now you have this position that Wolves has had for free the entire game. You have to make some kind of use of it. Look how much easier it should be for kings from this side going this way. It should be for them to just get time. There was pretty much, keep in mind as well, there was pretty much nothing going for kings when they were fighting forklift to the hill this way. They were pretty much getting slammed on. Now it flips and we're fighting from the other side of the map, and look at how it feels different for kings. They're actually on the hill. They're winning some gunfights. The operator angles are quite nice. The reinforcement angles are quite nice. You have the staircase that goes up and jumps down into the hill very nicely. And look at all the kills that Wolves gets, right? They get kills, but it's like it doesn't matter. You just spawn green again. So the same problem now persists for Wolves, and this is probably what separates them from the rest of the pack. Is this is not good for Wolves. This is very, very difficult. Wolves must acknowledge that green is key not only for the start of this hill, but for the start of the next hill too. Wolves has to try to address that. Just the attempt. It doesn't matter if you make the play or not. It's the attempt at addressing that. So it's going to start with 3. It's going to go again with 2. And look very closely at the difference between kings and wolves subs here. It's the attempt. So he's running con, but really, of course, you're gonna take an engagement here if it's there. But really, he wants to slip through. He wants to get through for the spawn, and this is several wolves players that do this. It's not just the one guy here. Now it's 2, and now it's Ching or Z, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't fucking care. He wants to slip through as well. He gets caught. Really nice play from Rid. 4, he's looking for it, but he wants to slip through as well. He wants to get through. And that's just a little... It's just the attempt. This one gets messy. Oh my god. Ooh. Right. What? God damn. Yeah. God damn. Yeah. Yeah, nah, Marvel is hard carrying. Marvel's fucking turbo. And Marvel, keep in mind too, Marvel fucking hated that phone. Yeah, this shit was not fun for Marvel. And he's maybe the best player in the lobby. Aside from the engagement that Wolves are having, but that's a team collective thing. He's definitely the best AR in the lobby. He's playing against Neon and King. That's good. Gotta watch that again. That's tough. I'm not gonna lie. And then man, it's back here. It's back here. Kings has the green spawn. Back here, they're trying. They're addressing it. But look at the time. You're dead even. Yes, there's 30 seconds. Like, I get that there's 30 seconds. But look at this. It's 4 green spawn. We have to be thinking about the next 60 when you're playing against a team of this caliber. We can't turbo funnel this. Because the other team is not going to turbo funnel this. The other team acknowledges that this 27 seconds means less to them in the grand scheme of things than the 60 on next. They're trying to flip the spawn, and they do. I really think if the idea here from Kings was just to, whatever, let's just keep this a little scrappy, but put the priority here instead of let's get this time because we're on green side, is what it feels like it just from watching. Like even here. Oh, 5 got in, but say like we just dip out. Say we just dip out and we just want the spawn instead of wanting to go con. But you spawned here. We can just leave. We can just leave. We get another bailout spawn. says 1v4. Look at how important the back spawn is for wolves. They packed that shit out. Is that an Annie? That's unlucky. And now it's anybody. Funnel. My grandma could funnel this fucking doorway. Whoa, what happened here? Ooh, one. Grizz gets through. Oh, nice smoke. I don't know who smoked that off. That was really nice. Grizz got through. Look at how cheese COD Mobile is. Turbo cheese. Oh, red. Mid cut off. Okay, now Wolves probably just leaves after this. No? This should probably left already, honestly. Why do they want this 14 so bad? Okay, Wolves is... Well, Wolves trolling a little bit. Says is fine. Man, Kings is not bad, bro. They were not bad. They can shoot. Do they 2v4 the back here? There's one. And now we can keep track of this, right? Time, we're in the back. Luckily, we'll clear through the snow, and then all the traffic will come up front. Nice pred by Zai, that was good. This is where operators would probably come out too if you had them. Wait, what does Grizz have? Wasn't Grizz Puri? Why is Spy on Puri? What's Grizz operator? I wonder what Grizz operator is. Yeah, what happened? Yeah. Oh, they just lost nothing. Same really idea. It's the same hold. Nothing really different here. Anchor, funnel top, block snow. This really nice open field there for Wolves is good. Well, what the fuck? Okay, back to P1. We'll just skip through this. Who cares? Back to P1. Wolves. King's probably a little better on P1, honestly. It's pretty much dead even. It's pretty much dead even, and Kings has blundered green pretty much the entire game. So this is pretty impressive, I can't lie. It is impressive. So, whoa. And really the pay attention part here, whatever that happens, the pay attention part here is like, do we ever try to make sure we stop Wolves from spawning green? Or is it just a full-on get on P1 fest? Because we're just kicking the ball deeper and deeper down the road if we don't acknowledge green is a problem. All this P1 time feels really good and that's great, but green so important. So Says gets a green spawn. Okay. That's fucking cheese. 4 should not spawn here. 4 should spawn snow. Because we have forklift spawn and we have green spawn. 4 should spawn snow. There's actually nothing that Grizz does wrong here. I think that's just fucking really turbo unlucky. The only and then the question is like, could Grizz read that? Yes, but it's very difficult. Because you have to consider that you're playing on stage with white noise and shit's loud and there's a lot of craziness going on. You're playing the best team from China. You're in the first round. Like, there's a lot of emotion going on as well. Really, the only way Grizz could read that something might have been wrong is this spawn right here. Grizz could look at the map, or maybe this guy could spawn and say, oh shit, I spawned forklift. And then Grizz would very quickly have to process forklift as a snow spawn. In reality, if I was Grizz, I would read that as a snow spawn since I just came out of green, but the game's turbo cheese. So I guess in general it's just a turnaround, but that's unlucky. Maybe 4 as well. I don't know what the comms sounded like, but if 4 had the green spawn and then notice he spawned out, this would definitely be like a big turning point comm too, where we would insist on turning around and trying to play for the green. They've crossed 200. What about 1? 1 and look here, Grizz has been fucking eating them alive green this whole game. Cause he did this the previous rotation too on the P1, but then he like leaves. Whereas if he gets these and kind of comes through, he might block this and hit it snow, and this would funnel into the hill fairly nicely. We've got 4 guys, and anybody that dies gets a green spawn. So we're getting kills, but we're not converting meaningful spawns. And listen to what this guy's saying in the cast. Hold up. Here. He's saying they can't play for the spawns, but I hard disagree. Because you killed 2 guys here. You're not playing for the spawn walking into green to block it really quick. To hard spawn them mid. If you don't play for this spawn, Wolves just rotates for free over and over and over again the next 2 hills. And the difficulty of this position. Listen to what he says. He says Wolves, they are on the better side of the map. But then he says 15 seconds ago you can't play for spawns there. But you have to, because this is the better side of the map for P2 and P3. So that doesn't make sense in the cast. We get another bailout spawn here by Grizz again. But we run away from it. And look at the it's worse this time. It's worse this time because there's only 5 seconds left on P1. So really the middle of the map not so important as the first wave of spawns on green. So we leave green again. It's not always Grizz. Because it's been Says as well, it's been Raid as well, it's really been the subs. But Grizz a couple times has like these turbo plays. He makes this great play, and then it's like, okay, the follow-up play after you fucking shit on somebody is just to take a couple footsteps and block the spawn really, really quickly. Or long enough. You can do it 2 ways. You can block it long enough so that the other team spawns out, which is a block, or you would block it long enough for that to happen, plus maybe your team spawning there as well. And that would kind of give you a little space. Again, really, really, really fucking hard to do at this stage, first round of the tournament, white noise blasting in your ear, audience fucking screaming, you're playing the best team from China. Like, that's really fucking hard to do, but that's what separates like the deeper thinking subs. Grizz does a great job of spawning white and saying, oh shit, I need to get green back. But you wouldn't have to spawn white and take this green back if we just killed and took steps forward to block this. So this is a good like response play for the position he's in. Has to win this gunfight. Critical one. If he wins this gunfight, I don't know if both of these guys spawn there. Certainly one of them would. Definitely critical. And it's getting dangerous. Like, now you're getting to the point really for Kings where you just kind of have to go to the hill. Wolves, you can't give them much time. Grizz is playing a really great game mechanically so far. His gunfight's really, really strong game. And the European subs can keep up. Look, 28 here, 29. Oh, never mind. 46, 48. I mean, these guys are fucking turbo frying. But like, they're not getting They're not getting fucking like turboed off the map. They're just a little behind. But it really is just the spawn quality. Look at how much easier it is to play from this side, going to the hill this way. It's so much easier. It's not even funny. The Wolves had it for free the whole game. And they kept it so close. Really, Wolves should have fucking blasted them off the map. Does it go to another hill? Oh, it does.
Oh, it is. Gets inside Kings. Takes that kill. 7 seconds that taste like glory. And the side of Kings know it. They are trying to take him out. It's just not possible.
I mean, Kings is a... Yo, this guy's a crazy fucking lunatic, this guy. This guy's a dog. King destroys them. What is this? Oh my... What is that guy doing? Oh man, and yeah, just unlucky. 3-piece, 4-piece here. Yeah, I mean, just unlucky. Unlucky in the end, but we gave Wolves so much green, so much green. That's sub work. That's just sub work. Impressive score differential, all things considered, but definitely sub work for sure. I would say sub work. Sub diff. Alright, let's see. What else? Take that off. Inco Mayhem, we can watch that control. Inco Mayhem. Inco try Mayhem. See here? Oh. Inco Mayhem? Was that a main stage match? Inco Tribe? Inco Tribe? Inco Tribe? Excel Tribe? Maybe Mustache? Not day 2, right? Who casted this one? Grand final. Was it Beef Mommy? Was it her? Inco.
His movement a while.
Inco Powerhouse. How they play Powerhouse? Inco Tribe. No, where's Mayhem? Mayhem Inco. Where's that? Where is that? Who was streaming that, guys? Can somebody tell me? Here's Inco Powerhouse. Maybe it'll tell me. Nifty. Was that a D stream? QAnon SPG. Mayhem Tribe. Who? Xfinity? Xfinity. What's it? Infinity? Who's this guy? Infinity. 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 This guy? No. Do you stream on Twitch? Oh, he was on Twitch. Infinity. This guy? Yeah, okay. Yeah, this guy, okay. It's back here, huh? Here, okay. The one I really want to watch is the control. I really want to watch the control.
Gonna be an easy trade off the rips.
We're gonna lower the volume. Okay. Yeah, nah, it's not Inco LG. I wanted to watch Inco Mayhem because this was an elimination match. Okay, so Crossroad. Quite honestly, don't know too much about this map as far as who likes these, who likes it and who doesn't. It's fucking Lucasen, he's the fucking GOAT. But what we were saying about this whole team was that Dermic needed to fucking participate in the game. Luckily for Inco, Dermic 100% participated this game. He was definitely not dead weight, so we'll look at this. Inco starting offense on Crossroad. This map is so fucking like, it's meant to be played wide because of how easy it is for the opener to slip through your bottom area, how easy it is for them to cross the bridge on both sides, how easy it is for them to just walk in. Same thing on the other side, you just fucking walk in sometimes, you cross, you get up over. Very, very wide, so we need attention on all of these lanes. Not a big map, but the lanes are spread out enough that if we're missing a big hole, it's gonna get exploited for sure. And here it goes immediately. So take a look at cartels. We're gonna look at 4 right off the rip. The most common way that you get in fucking based already is this walk through snow into your little bottom area here. Of course they get to the crate, but teams are playing this like little bottom garage a lot more. So that's what Cartels wants. He goes bridge to drop down, and if he's gonna come out snow and see that nothing's there, he'll start the spawn trap immediately. And that's exactly what I'll do. Now once that Cartels is in the base, he doesn't have to actually do shit. He can just fucking chill the fuck out here. He doesn't have to sprint into the spawn. Sprinting into the spawn is probably the worst, dumbest shit you could do. You're in such a fucking godlike position here. You just fucking, you play these tight little angles, you wait for them to come into you, and you just fry in there with an SMG. He's got the Fennec, so he should just be very, very patient in this area here, and you can see that he's coming up the garage stairs right now, and you should just control this building as much as you possibly can. Worst shit that Cartels can do is run out. That would make absolutely no sense. If he ran out like this, that would make no sense, because he's got leaning, kind of the spawns are going to kind of funnel over here. He ran through the B side, so he knows that there doesn't really need to be anything there right now. Cartels can make a play through the bottom here. And he needs to really, really, really slow down in this position and just let it come to him. So that death right there for Cartels is really, really big problematic. I think that's a coaching point. You definitely have to tell your player to slow the fuck down there and chill out. But Inco does a great job of picking that up. And who is that? I think that's Dermic. Dermic picks up 2 really, really big kills, not to be underestimated. The bridge cross and this one, these are kills that net tens of lives on your offensive opener. So Dermic did really, really well. We're invading the enemy garage very well. We're stopping time on clock. We're still spreading and keeping eye on the open lane. We're not getting spawn walked right now. Everything's really good so far for Inco. And this starts to look really, really, really good now. Lane control, lane control. We still have an aggressive person pushing on this side, so he's pushing the backside spawn further towards the mountain. And we have a clean 4 spawn. 4 again is Dermic. Let's look at where Luca is. Luca's in the open field. That's probably great for the sniper. So everything so far so good for Inco. This is really good. The next level interactions where you see the better crossroad control teams is we need to layer the barrel with a contest. You just contest. 5 doesn't fucking take any gunfights that he doesn't need to. 1 will handle the playmaking on this side. The barrel will handle the mid entrance, and 5 more or less just kind of chills out and takes easy gunfights coming to him. He doesn't have to chow anything. Inco has full map control. And we're going to see this kind of peel off, hopefully, to the barrel and look through the mid. 1 shouldn't come back because you've just claimed all of this space. You've got 3 kills and you pushed out the snow on the right side. So this pushes the spawn towards the mountain. If you back up, every new kill will spawn a little bit more neutral, and there's less space for them to close to actually trade you on the point. So 1 should kind of stay in this area. There's a little like bungalow fucking tent over here. 1 could get over there if he wanted to and just try to kind of play his life and finesse over here. He can get into the garage and just kind of chill. But what 1 shouldn't probably do is come back onto the spawn, onto the base. Not necessary. You want them to be invasive in the building, because how are they going to come out? The spawn has to drop down into the field where you're going to run into Luca's sniper, or they have to run into the doorway, which again, if he comes in and he picks up the doorway, that's a doorway gunfight with the Fennec, you can win that. Or a tight, smaller doorway gunfight with the Fennec, again, you can win that. You want them in this open space. Ideally, this would be an AR, but it's not. It's Dermek. This would even be another spot where you could, right here, because you got 3 kills and you have all this space, you can call for a switch here. Dermek can get on the point and say, hey, Leo Zera, you're an AR, can we switch? And Leo would play the barrel and he'd look over the field. Little mechanical stuff that could happen there. And Inco does more or less, they do a good job. They get in and they're invasive. Just the concept of that is really good. 2 people on the point, probably not super necessary, because since we're both on the point and we're both soaking up objective, we're both paranoid about the fucking ways that we can die. But you don't want that paranoia when you're standing on the hill. When you're standing on the hill, you want to focus on one thing, winning 1 gunfight directly in front of you. So definitely would have been better here for 4 and Leo to call for a switch, so that Leo can play this power position barrel with his AR and confidently look at something. He can either look at mid very confidently, and then Dermek very confidently can only worry about his right side because he trusts Leo. Or Leo could confidently watch Dermek's right side, and Dermek as a sub can confidently watch mid. But if you're both on point, you're both worried about these things, and there's no leverage here. So this is probably a mechanical thing there. That's teamwork, comms. Dermek hasn't been playing. I would definitely call for a switch there. Or that would be my coaching point in a VOD there. That should be a switch. The AR should come off. Because look at Leo. It makes no sense. Why is Leo standing in the doorway with an AR doing this shit? A sub slides you and you get fucking terminated. And look, now they're coming into the open field here. If Leo called for that switch and played the barrel, this is a nice lane for Leo to look at. And look at where Dermek is anyway. He's playing the little stone slab, where he's just gonna play a nice little position there on the mid slide. Like, Dermek can win a gunfight like that, and you have your teammate coming. But now your AR is just randomly out of position. So that's just weird. They cap it, but that was definitely weird. And now we can just fucking shift everything onto this side. Shift, 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 shift. You leave your little weak side guy to make sure you're not getting backstabbed. And now less do we want to kind of come in and push the spawn mountain. Now we want them spawning more in this area here. So if we clear gunfights on the mountain side and get up, we can get through potentially and block the mountain spawn and push this a little bit further out. Maybe if we have smokes too, we'd be trying our best to smoke off the mountain, and we'd want to get through. Crossroads is so wide the whole time because of how often it is. You can just get fucking walked on in the spawn. You just get flanked. Look at how weird this is. Luca's playing weak side. Why is Luca playing weak side with the sniper? Luca should be playing strong side. The other AR should be playing weak side because Luca's the best player in the fucking game. Luca should probably be strong side. The other AR, if at all, should probably be weak side. And honestly, we could probably put both the ARs roughly like top and this side because we want this open space for these guys, and maybe plug the weak side with a sub here. the sub on hill doesn't have an AR looking over him and he just gets slid on. At no point did the sub ever have an AR looking over him. He's got a sub top hopping the window, challing the cliff. That's no good. And 5, look, my AR, my flex AR is tank and my sniper is on the complete opposite side of the map. That's a little cheese. But 2 minutes, 8 kill life lead, that's good. Positionally here, definitely maybe a little weird, but when you have a life lead like this, that's good. Look at 5, again, the most common way you get flanked on this map is snow into your garage. That's how they end up in your spawn 80% of the time. It's super, super annoying. Raf gets in. And I'm just like wondering what Inco's really kind of thinking of doing here. Inco must be thinking that their life lead is how they're going to win the round instead of playing for capture. There could be 2 reasons for this. It could be that Inco prefers offense, so if they could win a round by getting kills instead of getting ticks, then they wouldn't have the tick advantage for a potential round 5. They would have the offense. So that would be maybe one reason. The only other reason I could think of is if you just didn't give a fuck about capping anyway. You just wanted to win the round on kills. Not how I like to play control. I would always say capping is your first priority. This doesn't also make sense because if it was a closer round, let's say it was 13-16, you wouldn't want to be working snow pushing the lives towards the hill that they're defending. So because that's true, like this is not a good spawn theoretically for the defense. You don't want them spawning here. It's easier for them to spawn here and defend the B site than spawn here and have to go across the map. So that's maybe another tell that Inco just wants to win the game on gunfights. Alright, so they'll just win the round. Now, defensively, we'll just do the same thing again. If you're a sub on defense and you go snow and you don't see anything here and you're like, huh, where are they at? You just walk on in and you start the spawn traps though. Let's see what they do. You have to be wide. Early on when Crossroad was being played, you saw like, especially in Europe, it was the most frustrating shit. You would see like mid and like A side smashes and this would be completely empty. And so we were very early on, we noticed this and we're just like, why do none of the European teams care about snow? And we just started walking through it. We just started saying, okay, go through, okay, go through. And you start it like that. It's good to see that its sense picked up a little bit. But even this is bad. And look at the opener here for Mayhem. This is not a good opener at all. Because you give the snow walk. This is exactly what Europe did months and months and months ago. That we would see and we'd be like, alright, you have a job here if you're the sub. Your job is to go to the field. Do you see anything? If not, then walk into the garage and go get free kills. That's exactly what he's going to do. Luca over him looks just to guide that. So that's really nice. And once Luca's confident that his sub is in the money, he can back up and he can get to his little long lane if he wants it. We'll see where Luca goes. And now one has the same play that, who was it? Cartels had the life before. You're very early in the round. There's no meaningful progress anywhere. But we have kills. You just chill and you try to dominate the building. You take away this centerpiece building, it becomes very, very hard for the offense to do stuff on both points. So what you should never do here is fucking operator and sprint the spawn. This is turbo dumb. He's lucky. But he gets one there on an equalizer pool when he could have had equalizer in his pocket, got the same exact kill, and still been alive here. and it flips so quickly. Look at a moment ago on this opener, Inco had tempo, tempo, tempo. Nice overlook, clean line. A little unlucky with the Sparrow, but the sub gets through. We're kind of defending nicely. We have front, we have like contest in the front. We have a middle crossfire. You're in the base. Like, you just chill here, man. Look at this. 4 can pick up the field. 3 can come across. Oh. 1 turbo is this. Not good. And it flips. Now double time. And look at the interaction on the other side being done well. In this case, the AR or the sniper, whoever it is, the accurate kind of lane holder, he's on the barrel. And what should be happening is that the lane holder should be confidently kind of telling the sub where he needs to be. If he's on the right side, he's like, hey sub, I got your right, then the sub needs to be roughly here. If the sub is, if I got your left, and then the sub can kind of be a little bit more in the crux of the whatever, or he can be here, and he can take the swing angle. The barrel's gonna really dictate where that sub plays. They're invasive on the top, that's good. Oh, how did Molly die? How did... Oh, Luca just fucking beams him. He just rips him? That's crazy. That's a tough gunfight. And Kings is frying. Nice. And we should just do that interaction again. So you just post your ass on the barrel. You ask your sub eventually, whoever kind of gets up onto you, to get onto the contest, and you talk to each other, and you say barrel. You're like, the sub's like, barrel, what do you got? You got lane or you got mid? Oh, okay, you got lane, I got mid. Oh, you got mid? Alright, I'll reposition. I got, you know, and you talk like this. It's a little disappointing that... Let's see. I wish we would step on... I wish there would be a little bit more emphasis on stepping on point and stopping time. Instead of looking at this kill feed and be like, oh, we got a lot of lives. That's good. It should be like a race now to get a sub on the A point. Because this barrel's standing there. He's like... He's waiting for somebody to contest for him, so he's actually useful here. 5 gets in, but... Luca Annie. Oh, Luca doesn't miss those. Crazy good shot from Kings. Here's another opportunity for this small interaction, this time with Blur again. We'll get onto the barrel. And he should talk to Kings. What do you have? What do you not have? And if they're doing it well, Kings should pretty much not move. Here's a miscommunication. They're looking at the same shit. Kings should say, hey, I got this. Or Molly should say, hey, I got this. So that doesn't happen. That's bad. That's really bad. Miscommunication there. Extremely winnable round for Inca. Okay. What did 3 do? It's good. That's fine. Not really, but so many ways you can play this. Maybe you can cross to the tank instead of just being stuck mid. But just this like little grouping here. There's 3 guys right on top of each other. Maybe we would slide to the tank next time. The only other thing is that there hasn't consistently, reliably been an AR or sniper managing the left side. That's pretty much not happened at all for Inco. Very, very, very rarely. Like Luca's crossing bridge. Leo's playing over here kind of a lot. Mayhem just kind of walking on the points for free. That one got away from Inco. That one definitely got away. It was good to start with the coverage, but definitely Leo or Luca have to juggle this a little bit better, just a little bit. And we need to slow down in the fucking garage area. Is this another EU crossroad opener? I hate this opener so much. 4-1, and then you just let the other team run through. Jeez. They're lucky. Mayhem also doesn't like flanking on the opener. They're like, what? Oh, they did the same shit. No, did they do the same thing? Except this time they didn't drop it mid. Yeah, they did the same thing. They double the bridge, but the first round he dropped after the double gunfight. There was nothing there, and he just walked into the garage, which was good. I guess this time, because it was a Sparrow, he ran it through. Whatever. This time it's Jesus, not cartels. Okay, concept being the same. They open, if there's nothing here, they walk in the base. This is why this opener is really bad. Because now you have a player in your base, and if you die, you're gonna get punished for it. So how do you stop this? Well, you give this guy some help, and you put a player on the weak side too. Definitely not good to give the other team this area. Now Jesus can pretty much play to his pace. He's gonna get free cracks at kills. Nice spread. We can kill and leave. Whoa, turbo! Whoa. That doesn't make sense. Leave. Okay. The West has a fetish with running through into the spawn. They're like, must get kills. Like, no, motherfucker. Stay in the building, bro. Stay in the building. Just like this. Look at how easy, like, the kills come in these doorways. Tiny doorway, tiny doorway. You just win a gunfight in a doorway, man. Look at the other doorway. Look at this. Look at the other doorway. Tiny doorway. You're telling me a Fennec? You're telling me world-class Fennecs can't win these gunfights? This is where you want your gunfight. And this one right here too. There's no angle that he comfortably looks in. He has to come in. But he can't. Because you have a nice angle. So we gotta hold these doors instead of running through them. That's pitch and catch. No easier than that. Cool. Pitch and catch, pitch and catch. Slide the door. The door. And quite honestly, that was another gunfight he could have definitely won. So it's the concept of that gun. That's the gunfight you want. And that was fairly well done. Fairly well done by Mayhem. Not getting too out of the building. They pretty much played inside the building with the exception of the shotgun that ran out. That one life, which is good. Okay, this one's this is the turning point, right? Because Inco wins this round, I think. or they barely lose it. I don't remember. This is super winnable, this one. You open up 2 and you, okay, 3 and you cap. That's great. Yeah, okay, it's this round. So there's a lot to talk about here. Inco's got a fucking massive set of balls on them for what they did in this round. And it should definitely be respected. Inco is 5 versus 10. This looks scary because of the respawn. But Inco is very confident in themselves. This is 2 kills per. But they've got pretty much full operators. You definitely, absolutely, can clear this. And if you have Annie, you walk in and then you relay spawn right here. So that's definitely the play that they're looking for. They're looking for operator relay after they cap. Mayhem should entirely handshake this. Mayhem should say, okay, you capture. We should handshake this side of the map because you're coming on this side of the map. And we should pretty much take away the balcony. We should take away the back of the hill. Because eventually, to win the round, Inco is going to have to capture. Inco will try to contest away from the cliff. So later on, if you're on this side, you can't contest from the cliff because it's blocked. And of course, if you die here, you spawn and you flank the cliff anyway. So Mayhem should handshake this and just say, okay, you captured. I'm going to send a sub right over here and just kind of in this area here, somewhere there. If you do nothing like Mayhem in this area here, you open up the possibility that Inco can relay kills. So we need an operator to open it up, for sure. And Inco's saying, okay, are we gonna use operators this round? Do we want to try to win the round? And you gotta respect Inco here because they tried to win. They tried. And they didn't want to just say, okay, save operators, we'll go into the next round. No, Inco wanted to try to win, so they put it out there. What do they got? So Luca here's the Luca Annie. He invests it. He finds kings, which is an important kill, but not quite enough room yet to relay. And then here comes the entry. There's a second kill, and the second operator gets through. So now we gotta go because the spawns are only gonna be kind of relayable for just a very thin window of seconds. And there's one kill in particular here that if it happens, I think the round is won for Inco, and that's this kill on Jesus. If the guy slides and checks this corner and Jesus dies, Inco wins the round. But because Jesus, he just doesn't look at him. It's the Puri. Oh no, it's this guy. He slides and he looks like this. Super unlucky that he caught Jesus, or rather that Jesus caught him in this corner. He didn't peek it. Because they had everything. If Jesus isn't here and is here, Leozera kills him, and they relay these kills more because they've got this Annie and they have help in the back there. That one kill is really important in the grand scheme of things. And here was another one. I think if Raph as well dies here, this is cheese. Dermot did everything right, but pull out your fucking Sparrow, dude. Like, pull the Sparrow. You've already fucking invested everything. You're 3v2. You might as well pull the Sparrow here. And fucking Raph slides. He catches a little lick of the staircase there and gets a nice kill. And here, I think he chowed off the heady. Why'd you chow off the heady, bruh? They said on the heady. That's okay. Whatever. So, that one got away for sure. A little cheesy. Yeah, what's up, Hissy? I would imagine Inco would do the same thing. I mean, at this point, you've gathered information all game that Mayhem doesn't really give a fuck about the snow. So why would you not just do it again? Walk into the base. And Mayhem with another... Like, This opener is ass. What? Both openers are kind of turbo ass. They're having a ass off, man. Look at the openers. Not good, these openers, man. This space is super mega empty. You just walk in. And if you just walk in, this spawn never happens. He spawns like here. You're in the basin. You're in business immediately. That spawn never happens if you just walk in. Tough gunfight. And really the star of the offense is this interaction here. We keep talking about it, but it's really, really key. Barrel should manage left or right. And then the sub should manage what the barrel is not. So if the barrel is watching the lane, then the sub is watching the mid slide, which is probably ideal. You do this when you're the barrel player because you want your sub on hill to feel as confident as possible. You don't want him to feel like he has to worry about dying in multiple directions. Even here 4 kind of trolls a little bit because he's got his guy behind him. He should just sit here and ask his teammate to watch a side so that he can confidently watch the other side instead of sitting in the middle of both of them, trying to watch this and trying to watch that. You can't, much less you're a Fennec, and that's a little... There's no need to slide that side because these guys can't help you. So you don't need to slide anything at all. You don't need to take front chows. They have to come fish you out. If they come fish you out from the contest, they run into your teammates and they die. So Cartels there definitely should not be trying to do anything. Cartel should be laying down right here. He should be laying down right there with his little gun. And that's what he does right there. He's gotta lay down right there. Inco wins this one, right? Inco really, really, really likes this A side. That would be such a VOD point. That would be such a VOD point to just abuse this. How many times could Mayhem have sent a sub and just walked on this and taken this for free? Definitely a VOD point. And that's also a talking point in between rounds. You'd say, yo, Inco doesn't care about snuff. That would be where you would try to find a weakness. Here was the weakness. It wasn't exploited. Mayhem just tried to headbutt Inco out of their base the whole time. I thought the game was lost. I thought Mayhem was gone here when I saw that they had defense. Because again, really all Inco has to do is put pressure on the start of the round. So if Inco just walks here, if they're doing any talking at all in between rounds, this would have been a massive, massive, massive talking point. You would say, hey guys, on the opener, there was never anything here. So in this final round where you're on defense, Mayhem hasn't shown any interest at all on this side the same way that Inco hasn't really, with the exception of 1 or 2 odd lives at the start of the round, and then there's nothing. Like there's no consistent like trying to exploit this on both teams. So this would be the talking point. You would say, this is open. I can walk in and relay kills. By the way, Dermot is participating. And Dad finds it. He finds it right here. Cartels picks it up. That's a good shout. That's good. But again, given the talking point is that this has been weak the entire time, like just do it again. They haven't stopped it. There's no progress really. Just go do it again. And they do. This time Dad gets in. So here both teams like really weak on it. And like why is this weak? This is weak because the ARs, you've got two of them, Molly and Kings. One should be on the opposite side, almost always, either in this area or paying attention to sub spawns, specifically when subs die and come up off spawns, because they'll come and they'll try to run this route. You don't want them in your base. They have the same problem that Inco has on this map, where the ARs tend to kind of be on top of each other a little bit on the same side of the map. So the subs get in. Here's this interaction again. So 4, this time 2, maybe he'll help and bounce the barrel. That doesn't happen. Okay. 5 here. I mean, space taking. Let's count kills over here. If we are counting this many people, you just walk in. You just take this space. How great would it have been if Raf took this space here and the new spawn got on and didn't have to worry about the cliff at all, because Raf was here already and all the cliff had to worry, all the hill rather, would have to worry about this mid. This is all cycle spawn stuff, where 5 is like, all of these kills, there's so much shit happening over here. We're several rounds deep. Inco has not shown interest in the cliffside at all when both of these points are active. This is where the subs like Marshy and these fucking guys, they're always thinking on the map. Marshy takes this jump, and Marshy will fucking sit here. Or some smart sub is gonna do that. He's gonna get up here and he's just gonna cap this space. He's gonna say, you're not gonna spawn rock. This spawn's gonna push you further in this direction. Because you spawn here, you're gonna be a lot more likely to travel to this side of the map. And because he's over here, the new spawn, whoever dies, can pick up the hill. And now he's on the hill, and he doesn't have to worry about cliff at all because Raf is here, and he's directing the traffic. The traffic's going that way. I don't gotta worry about my cliff. I just gotta worry about my mid. So 5 maybe misses an opportunity way earlier to take the cliff. Now vastly different, because we'll pick up the point instead of 3 picking up the point. We'll pick up the point, and we have to worry about the cliff and mid. Now, I guess on the other side of things, it's like, where has my AR been the whole round? We're half our lives slugged away, and we just don't care about this side of the map. That's no good either. Now Leo's there, but that's his first life there this round. They're already on the point. They're contesting. Look, it's gone. The point's gone. That's pretty fucking bad. You don't want to lose that point early. Kings wins the game with this Annihilator pull here. And it should be a scream. It should be like, he's got Annie. Don't chill him. He's got Annie. He's got Annie. Let it run out. Let it run out. Let it run out. Let it run out. That should be the call. That should be the fucking scream. But everybody on Inco wants to be a hero. Oh, hero. Oh, Kings wins the game. Here comes the next operator. Does really well. But Kings really bashes that one open. That was good. Inco will watch this back and cry about this, how open this was the entire game. Really, both teams will. Mayhem maybe less because they won the game. But Inco definitely, if they watch this back, and I'm sure they have on their own VOD already, this is where you lost the game. You lost the game right here. Five v 4. That hurt. That one stung. That was like getting fucking super turbo stabbed. That one was bad. Ugh, man, you hate this. You hate to see the fucking goats lose like that. But no good. Tough shot. Alright. Let's see. Inco Mayhem gone. Not gonna watch this one. Kings Excel. I don't know who streamed that one. I don't know. Let's see. Tribe Mayhem. Did they play any good games? Were any of those games good? Tribe Mayhem. That was 2-1. How'd those games go? Team Mayhem. What a trophy case. Let's go. Where is detailed look? Tribe Mayhem. Tribe Mayhem. Tribe Mayhem. Tribe. Here. Mayhem won the summit. Slums won by Tribe. Standoff 3-0 control. I don't really remember any of those games being crazy. Kings Excel was same stream. You can watch Kings Excel. Was that the last one? Okay, so we watched oh, I actually didn't get to see this game. I heard about the results. Okay. I didn't get to watch any Excel actually. I gotta watch some Excel later. On my own time. What the fuck is Grizz's operator, by the way? Hold on. I'm trying to see Grizz operator. Because Spy has Puri? Is he on War Machine? I'll rewind it. Oh no, somebody's on Equalizer, maybe? Grizz is on Equalizer. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. I guess. Alright, let's look at the opener. So again, Kings probably doesn't have too much trouble getting onto P1. I think the opener's pretty good. Nice open. I like this back flip as well. Early green spawn. And there's the theme. Who's got the green spawn? Nice job, Raid. Let's look at the difference between a bad side spawner. Let's just say bad side's forklift. And look at the difference between the address of the green. In this case, Excel doesn't do shit to earn the green spawn. Again, it just doesn't kind of get picked up This spawn in the middle of the hall should be a big shout that green is gone. So again, who's 3? This time it's Raid. Raid should notice that this is not a normal green side spawn. This spawn only happens when it's blocked. So you have to go and you have to pick this up. Now on the other end too, Neil should maybe figure, I'm green, but my team is across the map. I don't belong here. So because you don't belong there, that's good. You were blessed. Neil needs to 100% consolidate this life. And he has to try his best to be alive long enough here that his teammates can die and spawn with him. His teammate spawns with him. Only because the spawns are a little cheese. Kind of running off of the spawn like this is a little dangerous. You would probably more efficiently want to stay in the vicinity of it just so you don't get a cheese spawn behind you, which happens. But you were here just long enough that your team spawned with you, so Neil gets a nice little fortunate bounce his way. And like again, like Kings doesn't have problems on P1 getting kills. They don't have problems with that. They have green problems. Big green problems. So look at the difference between the VOD that we watched before and then this one. When Wolves was in this position and they were mid, they would bounce this out and they would try to get through into the backside spawn. Or maybe occasionally we would see a Snow get wrapped. But it was very much so that P1 into P2, yeah, mid-map is cool, but green is better. This is often where the subs for Kings are definitely struggling. Here goes Says. If this is Peg, he gets this kill. He's got 3 kills here. And Peg would use this space to bounce it and get green back. Or whoever other, Zai as well. He's gonna bounce this kill and he's gonna go behind the spawn so 5 doesn't get there again. Kings doesn't do this. Kings takes mid like through to the hill, but you gotta stop this from happening, because what happens is you get all these kills, and they're great. It feels good on the map seeing this triple, but if they spawn here again, it's like that triple never happened. They're just right back in your face again. So we have to make sure that this triple punishes these guys in some way. These are important kills too. You're killing 2 of the best subs on Excel. Well, the 2 good subs, right? Shark and Caesar. And then Creed as well. That's an important kill. If you go and you step and you block this green, we're still spawning here, okay, but the snow is further. The travel is further. That travel might net you another green spawn. So it's definitely a swing and a miss there. It's got to come back. And look at all of these kills. So many kills, but you get nothing out of it. You get absolutely nothing because we don't block the green spawn. That's sub work. So like so many kills. It's great, but like where's the spawn? We don't got a spawn to show for it, so we're just gonna get trimmed out. Another great like spot here where it's like, okay, we're looking for more cross kills. Go take the spawn. Go take the spawn. Like, go take the spawn. We're looking for cross kills when we should be bouncing this out to take the spawn. We're playing with a lead, so that by bouncing it out to take the spawn, you're putting pressure on the other team in 2 ways. You're putting pressure on the team in the scoreboard. You're also putting pressure on the team that they're going to lose that spawn that rotates really nicely to the 60. So this is a very like short-term kind of like early game investment type thing where we're just, I don't know, maybe the thought for Kings is just to try to build this P1 P2 lead, but you're really gonna get your first crack at a nice lead at P3. Now we'll rotate, but I mean, what's happening here? Two-piece. We're going back to what, break and bash through? Maybe? Super, super, super unfortunate. But Excel, I mean, Excel, they do the work. They hold their green spawn. King's just like headbutts P2 the whole time and gets nothing out of it. Now you have to break a 60. This is tough to do. Let's see. Let's look at the clean 60. What does it look like? Who's that? Okay, so Veer's on the AR heady. Did 4 spawn there or did 4 get there? Double hill. Mid. Maybe instead of mid, maybe green, so that one doesn't have to look at it. Creed should probably be green. 2 reasons. You can get slid like this, and you're also getting attacked from the other side, so 2 ways you can die. And you have a sub. So if Creed's in green, the gunfight's directly in front of him. He can, and Creed's really good. He's got good gun skill. So if it was for me, the coaching points like mid is, it's okay, but put the gunfight in front of you instead of this little turn shit. 1 can't help 3, but if Creed is in green, Creed could always back up and 1 can help him. 5 and 2 also don't really want to help 3 right now in the front because they just don't want to get broken. So Creed gets caught there. That's unlucky. Look at this as well for Caesar. This is like, there's another little coaching point too. Same thing in reverse. This is P3. As soon as this hits the lock, right here. Well, mind you first, hold up. This is what P1 looks like. These are the P1 spawns. As soon as it hits the lock, right here, right there, it was this. It's not that anymore. Now it's spawn, 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 spawn. So what do you do here? Well, look at this really nice line draw for Excel. If we just come around like this, we're gonna open up these side spawns, and then they can kind of play through more directions. Also coming back, just kind of, you're a sub, so you're a Fennec. You're gonna run through snow, get back in the hill. The time it takes for you to do this, probably not so impactful, or it takes longer for you to be impactful, but you're an SMG. So if you just spawn and take a mid gunfight, you still have the deep. What if you break open this gunfight and you can hit the connector? That relieves the pressure in the front. And if you die, you get a good spawn anyway. So you can kind of gamble an interaction here. If you win it, great. You can punish even more. If you lose it, no problem. You just spawn in the back. So Caesar could have definitely flexed in the middle. And look at Kings. They go through green. So if Caesar did go like this, he'd meet through con and he'd have another engagement in front of him. And no matter what, Caesar's never going to get punished there. Caesar will die and he'll spawn here. So Caesar just misses a little bit of an opportunity to flex a little bit. He also adds barrel shots. That's another reason you want to maybe go mid. Okay. Kings does the old Animus break. The good old win the gunfight in the back through green. Get the spawn cheese. They break for 40, but they use 3 operators. Not gonna lie, if I'm Excel, I'm probably okay with that. Excel's probably fine. Excel got what, 30 seconds off of that? They got what they're gonna go 30-30 and they split. They split 30-30 and they take 4 operators or 3 operators or whatever. That's probably okay. Neo has to go huge. Neo has to live, really. King, oh, Marvel doesn't. The whole team doesn't confirm the back. Another big difference between the summit that I'm watching here and the Chinese summit, like even in this position, the Wolves had the same exact position on the other side of the map. Wolves had the same position on P3 when Kings played them, where they had 3 guys in the back here, but no information. They didn't know, but there was a guy in the back. He was just hiding. Wolves still ran through, completely cleared it, found the guy who just happened to be there, killed him, and then they got their 60. Kings doesn't go and check it. This could be a problem later, let's see. Neil's on 15. Nice. Yeah, and I mean, Neil's in a great spot now because Neil, I mean, if they're not going to check him, if Neil doesn't die, then whenever we get kills, Neil can just call that it'll be in the open spawn. So Neil would probably be like, alright guys, come to the top. I can maybe flank, get a kill or whatever, and they'll spawn snow. And that would help Excel figure out what their break needs to look like. This is a little bit of a mess. Little bit of a mess. Ideally, I mean, I don't know. It's unlucky because 5 is he won a gunfight. Nice crit. And you just want to remember when you break a hill like this, that you're, remember there's 3 spawns. So you gotta remember when you break it that you, in addition to holding the back spawn, that you come out and you block one of the sides so you can funnel the traffic in the one direction. Because if you don't, if you leave both of these open, then the next wave that breaks you is coming from both sides. So it's a little tougher to deal with. You don't want this to happen where they're attacking top and they're attacking bottom. That gets to be difficult. Maybe Excel could do that better. Where they break and then they would put a player snow just to make sure no spawn is happening and then bounce it. The best summit teams do that on this hill. Look at the difference now in the feel when you have a deep spawn and the side spawn controlled, and you know exactly where the other team is coming from. Much cleaner. So Excel needs to get to that sooner. They need to do that back here. They gotta do that back here when they break. So it's kill, kill, kill. Great, it's broken. And 1, instead of stopping on the rock and then going back to the hill, you'd travel through the snow just a bit, make sure there's no snow spawn, and then you go. And you stop at your rock again. Because when you leave, the snow spawn happens. And now you're gonna get pinched. And the possibility that you get broken when you're getting attacked from both sides is higher. So here, I mean, the Excel's winning gunfights, so you would definitely call for the hill to be picked up, and you try to clear this open. You try to open up this space for your team. Or like whichever side you're doing it from. Like some teams like doing that on the top side. Some teams like funneling the snow. Some teams like funneling the top. Like it just depends on the team. this might seem as like, that's so nitpicky, seems okay, but it's like, these are 1v1s. The other team can win them. That would not be good if they won them. This is much cleaner though, and they're gonna get 3 kills because they know exactly where the kills are coming from. 4 kills. It's pretty good for exclusive. Well, okay. Now we go back to the green problem. Kings is pretty good on P1, but it's the green problem. Okay. Excel also not doing anything to take green. Definitely need to see some of that. And you gotta mix in a little snow route. You gotta see Excel just kind of gets gifted green here, which is a little cheesy. Feels bad. But also, I mean, like, to be fair, let's see it. Let's see it again. Where's Marvel? Marvel's green. I don't know. Should Marvel be doing that? 14 seconds left P1, getting away from green, instead of maybe here or back to green. I don't know. This really just depends on the individual. I don't know. You could ask a bunch of people about that. I would feel like you're looking at this and you're like, 14 seconds. Well, we have it anyway. But we really need this for the next 2 hills. And then, like, what is the one spawn doing? One spawns green, runs through bottom to the other side. This is also highly questionable. That's also that's bad for that too. Well, I mean, it's a combination of maybe Marvel could have got here, but also Grizz probably should never run from green spawn through to the other side this late in the hill. When you're going to P2, that flips the whole team. Now Kings has to... Here's the reason why, is because aside from the fact that you flipped your whole team spawn, you also, like, in this position, you're also like, I don't want to be on this side, I want to get through green. So you see him run green through to the other side, but then come back through as if to bash through green. So that kind of should feel like green was important all along and should have never been lost. So having to jump out of the top green ends up making it, just really, really difficult to do. And now here, green's kind of getting forced a little bit. It's not very natural. Or rather, just doesn't have enough teammates. Like the 2 is good. Says has to live, Says can't leave. Says has to just stay here. He can't go to the hill. Because what happens is if he goes to the hill and he leaves this... Well, he goes to the hill, he's giving himself an opportunity to die. If he dies, it's chalk. Now the other team's going to get green for sure again. But say that Says goes to the hill and he gets a kill and he doesn't die. Well, you left green, now it's open again. So a new spawn that's on the other team can spawn there. Says has to stay alive here long enough for this to not happen, so that 2 can spawn here. And also for his teammate to not spawn here, but spawn green. So Says going to the hill, it's really bad. He spawned 2 people green instead of mid, and he spawned his teammates out. That's sub work. All of that, and Kings is still very, very kind of pace close. Raid opens it up. It's good. Oh, unlucky. Here, Neo misses a green spawn block. Seems like a very, very, very EU problem. Not a, yeah. Super duper problem. I mean, problem for everybody, really. Not just in Europe, but it's hard. It's definitely hard to do. Here we go, green. This bit kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I've been on the other end of the situation with them where it's like you kind of have it, you're kind of rotated, and then it's like the first wave that goes through green, you lose the gunfight they take through the spawn, now you spawn out, and then that P3 doesn't get held. In preparation for Kings, like, if ever it was that I was preparing for them and we were playing this map, like, that would be exactly where I highlight where we just like turbo exploit the map. Just super green through spawn on P3, and then green management P1, P2. I mean, and I can't really say anything about this hill because this hill is just hard to break. It's tough to break this hill. They do it. What happened here? Did they break it for 40 and run through? So it breaks. And we're running through time. We don't want this spawn anymore. Say that this play ends up being completed and 1 stays alive. Let's say 1 pops a 3-piece and maybe 2 gets a kill. Well, Excel would be very happy because they're not only winning the game by a hill, but you just cleared them from the back spawn that they didn't want. They exchanged 24 seconds of dead time for a good spawn that they can just rotate and get a 60 on, potentially win the game. Running through is really bad. Really bad for the scoreboard, because this time is a lot more valuable to us than it is right now to the other team. And it's also really bad for the next spawn. So we actually get lucky that that doesn't flip. Because worst case scenario, that flips. Or rather, if they accomplished what they wanted here, that would have been really negative for the team. Luckily, they didn't accomplish those kills, and we still got this mid spawn. But look at Veer. Veer's way back. What happened on the last time Marvel and Kings had this transition? The last time, there was a guy way back in the spawn, and Kings didn't clear it. So we'll have to see if that is another issue. It looks like Kings is looking for him. But another thing where it's like China will run to this spawn and they'll make sure nobody's there. Kings just kind of trust that they can't see anybody. Now they know he's here. Okay, good. Good kill. But that was almost dangerous. That was almost really bad. We have to clear that for sure earlier. Just so that that play isn't even possible. Nice, the pred gets missed. Let's look at the sub work 3 spawn on the bottom. Because 3's gonna die here. And 3's gonna spawn snow. But we have this really nice line. 3's gonna spawn snow with this really gorgeous line. If 3 runs up through mid, he's gonna open up both of these side spawns. And these pinches are gonna happen, which is uncomfortable. So Raid, I feel Raid has to take the snow. Here's the other thing, it's like you think about it later, but look at Raid's pathing. He goes mid, but because players are spawning on both sides and they're coming up, by the time you get up to the top of the door, you have to worry about gunfights to your left, there's still people in front of you. Say all of that goes well, you're gonna get in the hill, there's people snow immediately, so it's very like complicated for an SMG to account for everything. It's really hard. But you can solve all of these problems if you're Raid by making sure that no matter what, the gunfight is directly in front of you. So if you take the snow and you're running like this, you're only ever taking gunfights in front of you up to a certain point where you're through the snow spawn and then they start to spawn behind you. But pro players know how to read that spawn, so Raid makes this more difficult than it needs to be for sure for him. Also for the team, that's not good. Veer makes a fucking super puree. Whoa, what are you doing, Veer? Oh, okay, this guy's a fucking lunatic. Let's see. Let's look at like XL snow blocks. And XL does more or less what they should have done. This is a really good job by Creed. So they're gonna break, and once they've consolidated the back spawn and it's broken and they know it's broken, they're gonna bounce this snow out so they can pick up the funnel, which is really good. Creed just has to win another gunfight. So they break it, great. Once it's broken, break it snow. Take the space snow. Win a nice gunfight, cool, and then you just gotta get to the rock and you have to win another gunfight. Once the next gunfight's won, then it's clean. It's really good. It's also totally okay if Creed loses this gunfight. Here's a like trust thing. Creed just needs to stay here, because Veer has Puri. Veer's job right now is the point, not the snow guy. So maybe a miscommunication on who needed to be hill, but there's no reason for 3 to bounce back to the hill. 3's job at this point is to make sure snow doesn't break. What it is that he sees that Veer's a fucking psycho and slides off the hill, so he thinks it's empty. So honestly, I would blame Veer for this. In a VOD, if Creed did this, again, because it's fucking hard, like you're trying to win, you're in a championship and shit, and you see the hill's empty, everybody's like, play LBJ. And then when people don't play LBJ, you fucking roast them and shit. So Creed just wants to try to be a good teammate and win the game. I'd be like, Creed, or Veer, I'd be like, why you got off the hill, dude? And if I'm Creed, I'm like, man, you got me killed, bro. And great, you won this kill, go, again, because this 20 seconds is so much more important to Kings than it is to us. So we can really start pushing pace, and try to flip the mid spawn so we get green for next. Is that what happens? Or are they just gonna get lucky with the mid spawn? They're just gonna get lucky. Really, what they should spawn deep, but whoa, what the fuck? Oops. They should spawn deep. They're lucky they didn't. Yeah, and some of these spawns just really don't go their way too. I feel bad for Kings a little bit with the spawn shit, but I mean, XL, like, I mean, there's no question XL played this map way better than they did. I don't know if there were device issues or anything, but nice play by Spy. just on the map, for the most part, Excel played pretty well. I think the summit problems are very, very SMG based for this team. Not because of the inability to kill. It's because of the inability to path after a play is mid. So you kill, and then like, what do you have to accomplish right after you kill? That is the work point for the subs, which again is really hard to do. I want to watch the search. Let's see. Ooh, firing range too, huh? Let's see. Alright. So Kings start on offense. Let's see what they're cooking. We need to see decisive utility stuff at the start of these rounds. Well, who's bomb? Okay, bomb. Spot. Look at this setup. I'm assuming this was smoked. I wouldn't imagine Caesar would try to do this if it wasn't concealed a little bit. Barrel sniper, where's Veer? Veer's backside alone. Creed's sandbags. Okay, I mean the defense is not bad. Offensively, it just kind of looks like a blob in firing in the whatever. Where's Marvel? Marvel's 4. Maybe a little bit of blobbing here. Okay. Okay, so we're definitely called here. What do we do with the bomb? We killed Neo. Where do we kill Neo? We killed Neo. Barrels. Alright. A B-lean doesn't make too much sense to me. If bomb goes B, I would be very, very surprised. Because we killed the sniper on this side of the map. Surely they know that Veer is the cross map sniper on the other side. So you have a numerical advantage here. Right now, this 4 guys, this should be like nades and flashes and utility and push the bomb. In reality, Grizz is in a really nice flanking position. He can do stuff off this first blood, but Grizz can't really do anything because Veer doesn't have to move yet. Veer, nothing's happening on the other side of the map, so Excel's like, well, they're not doing anything yet, so we're still holding all our lanes. But had Kings got this kill on Neil and started to push this with utility, then Veer kind of more or less now he has to do something. Either he runs through the flank or he rotates back or whatever, by which Grizz would be the creativity factor for Grizz would kind of be in his hands. The bomb laning B makes no sense. This doesn't make any sense. It looks like Grizz is playing in the flanking position, but the bomb's coming, but King's strong side is still towards A. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. We also still have we still have utility in our pocket, so we have a utility in our pocket and we have a minute left. Utility has to get used. We still have to decide what we're gonna do. Yeah, get out of there. And this is so awkward and weird. Like now because they call this rotation, it just puts Grizz in a really weird fucking spot. It's like Grizz wanted to be here to flank, but again, he can't flank if we're not drawing attention to another part of the map. Excel's extremely confused here because Kings doesn't know what they're doing, so Excel's like, what the fuck are they doing? Excel's like, they should have hit this a long time ago. Okay, so here comes the utility. And now, as far as Kings goes, it's like, how are you using Grizz? Really is like the opening to the key point. Is he a madman like entry guy for you, or is he like backstab flanker? We have to kind of decide. Grizz has to take space, he has to take space, or he has to like do shit on the other side of the map. I don't think Grizz is best utilized in the middle of like the team, right? Because he's so creative and fucking annoying. So if I'm playing against Grizz, like, if I'm playing against Grizz, I really wanna. I really feel like, I don't know. Grizz, you can feel him on the map when he's really fucking popping off and being fucking weird, flanking you and doing shit. That's like frustrating. It's like solo-esque. You're like, man, why is this guy here? But look at this like trailer thing. This is a little odd. It's nice that they're all there, but I feel Grizz is very uncomfortable. I could see Grizz feels uncomfortable here. Okay. That's a back-breaking round. That's a super back-breaking round if you're Kings. Definitely that one's definitely a frustrating one for sure. It looked like it. Okay, let's see the next round. Veer maybe should hold his nades. Nice. Caesar kills Grizz. Well, what was Grizz doing? Let's see. Grizz wants to hit the trailer, but he's not really being enabled. And this was some of the stuff like towards the back end of me being on Kings was... I remember lots of conversation about Grizz wanting like freedom and wanting to be enabled a little bit on the map. So we talked about rounds where he could call that he wanted to make a play or whatever, and then having like prepared responses for that. So I don't know, if he wanted to hit this trailer, maybe we'd hit a guy with him, or we'd combo like a nade and a smoke or something, so he didn't have to worry about these crosses, or maybe we'd combo trailer nades with him on entry. Like, there's lots of ways you can enable Grizz to do stuff he likes. You've got two really like unique dynamics about King Search, and that's that Marvel is he's probably the second or third best sniper in the world. Like, I undoubtedly top 3, top 4. I don't think besides the Chinese guys, like I don't think anybody in the West or the East besides Neon and King, I don't think anybody's better than Marvel. You got this guy, and then you got this guy. So this is really where you have to plan to play Search with Kings, I think. I could be fucking smoking dick, but that's what I think. Yeah, I mean, I like this. I mean, Excel doesn't have to do anything. They've got their spread. There's really no reason to do anything. Your snipers are cross map. They're in opposite lanes. It's really good. We talk about that all the time. And I could just imagine how hard it is for Marvel as the single sniper to have to deal with two of them. More plus whatever you pick up. Because Kings is not running a second sniper, which is hard. It's really hard. It's a lot of stress on... That's a lot of stress on Marvel to perform. Another reason why I feel like not having Inferno is just... was hard for them. You move Spy to the second AR, he's not native to that. Spy's also not a primary sniper. even look at this. Spy was the bomb carrier for much of the time that I was on Kings. Saze is running bomb. Spy's out of his element. He's not running bomb. It just looks very, very, very like not on the same page. And then, sure as it goes, you got fucking Shark flanking jungle, this fucking guy here. That's annoying. Alright, next round. Okay. Let's look at the opener again. Same kind of spread, right? For Excel. This time just a hit. Lots of util, okay. Unlucky for Gris. Just gets caught a little bit. Right there in the entry. Okay, but I mean, we got our kills, so we should. Whoa. We should just. What? Why is he mid? Oh, okay, plan. That's okay. Alright, man, utility hit. So you won that round. If we're not on the same page when the round's a little slower, maybe we should just feel like maybe we're a better gunfight team, so just hit your sights. And here's the thing with Grizz, he kinda... It's like Grizz wants to do stuff. Grizz kinda... This is one of these things where it's like, if Grizz wins this gunfight, Grizz is a menace here. But it's very coin flippy. He gets caught. That's unlucky. We're talking about a totally different like kind of round if Grizz can win that gunfight. Because Grizz is creative. Once he gets a kill, he can kind of figure it out from there. But like very, very solo. There was nothing done by any of these four guys at all to work with that. Maybe there was some form of miscommunication there. Or they're just not on the same page. Where's the second sniper? Neo is... I mean, they're double barrel sniping now. And I really like the patience. They're not moving, they don't have to. Except truly doesn't have to do anything. Or Shark. And the cool thing about them and the way that they use their like little backstabber guy is that Shark finds himself in places where when the attention draws he can just kind of slip out and then kind of get in. Shark loves this backstab here. But he's not running through it. He's very patient with this. He doesn't force it too much. Same thing with like standoff control and shit like this. He finds his little pivots and shit like that. I love this patience right here. Creed definitely didn't have to do that. That's what separates the Chinese teams for sure. Very, very, very like patient, very not forcing shit like that. I got a 2v3. And That just... There's no way that you... This kind of tells me that they're cooked, right? Because there's two people there on a ramp, on a head glitch, fighting you down. You're 1v3. There's no way you do that. That's cook. That's tilt. That's just super tilt. And then they're like, alright, we won a round hitting shit, let's do it. Let's go back. There we go. Look at how Grizz gets to the flank. So he like, he's A-long. He kills trailer. And then he just runs through mid. Oh dude, Grizz has got the biggest dick, dude. He just doesn't give a fuck. And he runs right through the flag. Grizz is the goat. That's super big dick, dude. That's funny. Does he find a kill? Yeah, and he finds the hole. I mean, he's got the timing. You see what it says? Like he's just like, he's not afraid. Like he's creative. He'll just fucking do shit. Uh-oh, Marvel. That was funny. That was funny by Grizz. Let's see, another hit for Kings. Here's another round where like Grizz wants to do something very specific. He wants to run mid to trailer. So it's almost like Kings, like Grizz was like, I want to go mid. And so Kings is just like, alright. And they just like throw shit mid. And then they're like, alright, you got it. And then they run away. like that smoke is enough. No trophy for him. They don't enable that at all. The well-being there is. They definitely don't enable that for Grizz. Bro, Shark gets fucking shitted on. Uh-oh. Oh. That's a fucking tough shot. What the fuck? Marvel hits him on a heady. That's crazy. Any hit markers? Look at this shot. He's in between the car and the fucking thing. He gets hit markered. That's a fucking crazy shot. I'm telling you, bro. Like, besides the two Chinese guys, nobody's better than Marvel. Marvel's nuts. No glaze. Okay, now Kings is on defense. Maybe a little bit of hope. You don't have to do stuff. You just have to do nothing and play off of what Excel does. Very similar type of spread. Yo, Grizz doesn't give a fuck. Look at Grizz. Grizz is B. He just runs through mid. Completely disregards entirely the wood side of the map. Does he even look? He looked one time. And then he's like, alright, I'm here. Yo, Grizz is the GOAT. Mid-map is his. Nobody's touching Grizz mid-map, bro. He's the GOAT. I'll go red. How'd red die? Where's red? Oh, he just got open. Look at that fucking super slide. Slash it. Okay. I mean, this also doesn't make sense to me. You killed Raid. You killed an SMG. You killed the SMG up on A. So why would the bomb lean here? unless you were scared of Marvel, like the only thing I can think of is that you know Marvel's here, so you're like, Marvel's their best player, let's not get clipped by Marvel. That's the only thing I could think of. This doesn't make sense. This makes no sense, actually. Well, okay. There's no way, right? No shot. Whoa. Why are we running through doors like that? They have to plant. We just have to defend. Marvel's on the other side of the map. He's like, Marvel's like the second here. He's just like, okay, guys, I'm flanking. I'm flanking, guys. Just give me time, boys. Just give me time. Whatever the fuck Marvel's like. He's just like, guys, give me time. They go B. They're going B. Give me time. He's like, oh. And there's call outs. He's like, okay, I'm flanking. Give me time. And then Marvel's like, what? Marvel's like, what? He's like, give me time, boys. Nah, man. Marvel's. That's crazy. Marvel's like, God dang, guys, dang. Give me time, boys. Fuck. Oh, shit, that's funny. He's cooking. What happened with Grizz this time? Let's see. I mean, here's another one where it's just I don't know about this gunfight. I don't want to talk about Grizz so much on this one, but maybe slide to the car if it's really in front of you like that, instead of in the middle of the map. I don't know. Are there better ways to take these gunfights? I'm not sure. What is going on? Just very not on the same page. Like, very much so not on the same page. Neo. Nice Neo. Sorry. Okay, next round. Okay. And yeah, I mean, like, really all they could do at a certain point was just, like, run at stuff and try to get kills. But this map definitely cooked. For sure. I couldn't even tell that Spy was on the map. I definitely couldn't tell that. Yeah, I mean, I could feel Grizz. Not necessarily in the best way, but I could definitely feel Grizz. Marvel definitely could feel Marvel for sure. This map was very strange. Just watching this one back. I feel like exclusive was probably just... Honestly, if I was them, I'd be surprised. I'd be like, whoa, we won? What the fuck? How did we do that? How do we win? What happened? That one just seems... That one just seemed very strange. Yeah, that one just seemed a little odd. Let's see. Probably watch these other ones another day. I'll watch a little bit. Alright, I'll see you. Watch some tomorrow. Just give them little reactions. Stuff like that. Not too crazy watching these games. No crazy VODs and stuff like that. Honestly, I leave this more or less feeling like Europe 100% should have been better than they were. Excel, I think, has a lot of polish, but they look pretty good. I actually I like the Excel team. I think that they could polish up and be pretty nasty. Honestly, would like to see Marvel on Excel. I don't know for who, but would like to see him with another. I don't know. I like Shark and Marvel. I don't know. I kind of like the new Kings too. Because Inferno's going to come back. Hopefully he gets his visa for Masters. That'd be good for him. Drari back on with Grizz. So it's basically just stamina, like the old stamina plus Inferno. With who? Who's the fifth one? Raid or Saze. That'll be interesting for sure. Exclusive drops Champy and they pick up Spy. So what's their lineup now? It's Caesar, Shark. What's their lineup now? Their lineup's actually kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Their lineup is Veer, Neo, Creed, Caesar, Shark, Spy. Shark, Creed, Caesar. I mean, who gets benched? They dropped Champion. So if Spy's there, who gets benched? Because surely Neo doesn't get benched. Surely Shark doesn't get benched. So they almost have to be there. Okay, and then you got Caesar. I couldn't imagine Caesar would be benched, so would it be Shark, Caesar, Spy, Neo? And then who's the fifth? Would it be between Veer and Creed? That makes sense to me, but again, weird. Because I like Veer. Veer's the only really main AR, so would Creed get benched? I don't know. That'll be interesting to see how they scrim and stuff over time. But yeah, cool, had a lot of fun. Reacting a little bit, watching the games. So, GG. Have a good night, guys.